Sir.
Yeah, hello. A very good afternoon to all members on call. We are welcome to day 3 of our 2026 CPD training. Honorable Anas, if you're on call, kindly unmute and then usher us into today's meeting. Thank you and over.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Please, can I be heard now?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And a very warm welcome to all of us to day 3 of our CPD 2026. Today, we are going to have another exciting session where we have one of our very own who will be leading the session on how to prepare a very good presentation to deliver to any type of audience. As health information practitioners, one of our key responsibilities is dissemination of data or dissemination of information. So we need to have the right set of skills on how to package the data and how to deliver it to our stakeholders. And so this afternoon, we are very pleased to be by one of our own partners, who is the governor for the Savannah region. He's a well-known man, and he's well vested in this area. He holds a master's in public health, and he's also a teacher by training. And so today, I believe we'll have a very lively session. Honorable Safo, if you are in the house, kindly unmute and share your screen. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Ghima, for the opportunity given to me this afternoon. Good afternoon, senior colleagues. For this time, I will say juniors too. So good afternoon. Thank you. So it's an honor to lead this session. Okay. So like Senior Anas made mention, you are all welcome to this afternoon session. I mentioned my name is Senior Safo. I work in the Savannah region as Self-Information Officer. Please, today's session is going to be interactive. It's just on how to make health presentation clear, impactful, and then credible so that everybody will understand and pick it up from there. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Senior, we can hear you.
Thank you. This is going to be the purpose of the presentation. We hope that at the end of this session, we all equip ourselves with the skills to prepare clear and then professional presentation, and also help ourselves to structure presentation for Amazon.
Hello, Honorable Savo. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you, Governor, thank you. So like I was saying, this is going to be the purpose of the presentation in the next 30-40 minutes, and it's going to be interactive. I don't know how the interaction will be. Governor Sanam. Hello,
Yes,
Governor.
Honorable.
Yeah, I don't know, now that I'm on the screen, if we are to put the responses in the chat box, how to go back and read, or I should read it from there, or responses should come from, how would it be managed? How would it be effective? I want the thing to be interactive in the next few minutes. Or
Yes, please come again.
I said,
if you have any issue for participants to respond, you can direct them to put their responses in the chat.
Thank you, Tompa. Thank you. Thank you, Senior. Thank you. So how does the first question that I want to find out is, how does a good PowerPoint matter? Is it even important to prepare or to have a good PowerPoint? When you are asked to prepare as an information officer, you are asked to prepare something on the just ended media review or annual review. Is it even important to have a good PowerPoint? Is it important? Yes or no, and how? Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat box to see. Hello, we can put here, if it's important, how is it important? Is it important to have a good PowerPoint presentation as information officers, and how? Okay, Kate, it is important. Okay, you didn't highlight why it is important. It is important. Joseph Tete, if it is important, how or why it is important as self-information officers or managers? It is important. Google Pixel 5. Or we are not getting the second aspect of the question. Yes, if we know that it is important, how or why is it important? Okay, for clarification purpose, yes, it serves as a tool for communication better. Yes, very important because it helps elaborate on the data quality better. Good PowerPoint presentation communicates effectively. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. You've all done well. So it's important, like somebody mentioned, it helps to clarify the issue of the day. Where design slide help communicate complex health data. Maybe you want to talk about top 10 causes of OPD attendance or top 10 causes of admissions in your facility. And then you have met somebody who doesn't, you have met stakeholders who do not understand even admission. But if the is you will be able to communicate it for them to understand it without clear visuals and key finding decision and faster. So they have here review that we have expert. Some were there when also have expert. But if you don't have a good PowerPoint presentation, it will be difficult for them to make decision on the presentation that you have made. It also reduces confusion. You don't know the head and tail of the presentation that you are making, whether you have both tables, you have both charts or graphs on the same sheet, and then you are finding it difficult to present. It creates confusion during the day. It also facilitates engagement. If you have a well-designed PowerPoint, it helps you to engage the audience, the stakeholders, when you are presenting. So why presentation design matters in healthcare? The first one was the general one, but as health experts or as health information officers, help to understand. You need
to reposition yourself well. We are losing you.
Health information easier to understand. The use of visuals help her to reinforce the key messages, like people in the facility who come there and let them switch the internet. Oh, come. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the prompt. So you were saying that why presentation design matters in our service, the work that we are doing. It makes technical health information easier to understand. The use of visuals like tables, graphs, and structure to reinforce the key messages. So as I was saying, you want to communicate that in your facility, out of the 1,000 patients that attended, almost 95% were non-insured. With the use of a visuals or with a graph, you can show it and ensure the insured and people will understand it. Health managers also see the implication, not just the numbers. So once again, you want to talk about insured and the non-insured. But per the graph, you have the managers or stakeholders who appreciate that, oh, so in this facility, this is what is happening. And then end with clear recommendation and the next steps. So if you have a good presentation in our business, you don't just give the numbers, you don't just present and leave, but you give recommendations and then next step. So we have a take home here. A good slide is not the how you decorate it, but it is a communication tool, as most of us mentioned. It's not about the design, it's not about the colors. I want to use red, gold, green, and no, it's not about that. It's a communication tool. Now, let's move on here. When you are making the presentation, you need to know your audience. So for our service, as health information practitioners, we can have so many audience. At the facility level, even at the facility level, whom are you communicating to? Is it the clinician or the CHO or the midwife or any? When you move to the sub-district or the district or even region and national, you have to know the audience when you are making your presentation. So if you are going to meet only participants at the regional level, regional managers, you need not to just make the presentation as you give to, or the presentation that you make to CHOs at the chief level. Here you focus on the strategic insight, the trend, what is happening, and then the system-wide implications. And then at the district level too, what will go to region might not be, okay. What will go to the region might not be the same as the district level. You balance the high level findings with, there should be a practical district level details. What do we need to do? What should we do? So that, and then at the facility level too, as I made mention, we use a simpler and then easy understandable language. And then the data should be specific. If it's about chips, if it's about home visit, if it's about school health activity, you made mention, than the one that you do at the region. Partners to have their language, you emphasize on the impact. There's an outbreak. They just ended flood in Accra. What is the impact on health? What you take, if you're making it, it will not be the same as the one that you do at the chief level. And then you tailor your approach, adjust the language, you adjust the language. So it's not the same language that you use. I'm not saying either Chi or English. The how you handle your audience at the district level might not be the same as meeting people at national. Now, and then with the audience too, I have something here. You start with the audience, not the PowerPoint. So you agree with me that when we are making presentation, People will say that as you can see on the wall, as you can see on the wall, as you can see on the slide. That's what we have been doing. No, you have to start with the audience, not the PowerPoint. So somebody can flip through. No, you need not to flip through. You have to talk to. You have to talk to. So I have something here. I have something here. Before designing a single slide, you have to ask yourself, what is the objective? This one, if you have not been doing it, it will be like it's difficult. No, we are not saying go and list the objective, the audience, and go. But as time goes by, if you become familiar with it, it will stick to you. The presentation that I'm going to make at district assembly, partners have met. Is it district planning unit? They met. Director is saying I should go and make the presentation. The presentation that you go and make when you are meeting DCs might not be the same. So, like we said, participants will understand the current immunization coverage, the current data quality. What is the reporting rate? What is the completeness rate? What is the timeliness of reporting in DIMS2 in your facility? And then you commit. Participants will also commit to implementing 3 specific data quality improvement. So when you understand your audience, you know them, you target them, you talk about the issue, and then you also talk about commitment. Okay, what are the ways what can we do to help improve data quality in my district, in my facility, in my region, or at where I'm working? And then you should be able to, participants will be able to interpret the DIMS2 dashboard independently. So after you make a presentation, and then you go, like yesterday, we were doing something, the person said, oh, this one, we have been doing it. It could be the approach of the presenter. Oh, this one, senior, when you get to the field, oh, that's what we have been doing. No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. So focus on the objective. Keep your slide aligned and your message powerful. So once again, when you're making the presentation, it's not the PowerPoint. It's not the PowerPoint. It's not the next. Even at time when somebody is managing the slides for us, so next, before you realize you are finished and then you don't hear anything. Okay. Now, how to structure your presentation? Like I made mention, if you do it all the time, these things you'll be doing it, but you don't know. So the introduction, you have the introduction. This is where you move it to your audience with the important findings. What is the data quality issue in my district? Is it that staff just open the DIMS2, they just complete and then leave? And then after we have given our feedback, after we have given the feedback, the last feedback, you could see that they have gone back to enter. Is that what is happening in my district or in my region? If that is what is happening, when you are making the presentation, you tell them the impact, the effect of that thing. And then you also provide key findings, your data and evidence in logical order. Like I'm doing something on DIMS2 data quality. What is it about? If I'm talking about the 3 dimensions, maybe the 3 main dimensions, completeness, accuracy, and then timeliness. I need not to go and bring so many things. Rationalism, no, at that facility level, the findings might not be tailored to the needs of the participant. And then interpretation. We need to explain the means and why it matters for health delivery. So during presentation, we need not to say, oh, next, as you can see on the wall. So somebody sent the message that it should be highlighted that health information officer will like, oh, as you can see on the wall, especially when you are the last presenter to go. Oh, master, go and do, and then we close and go. No, it shouldn't be that. There should be action points. Specify what participants should do with the information. So they should be take home. Any presentation that you make, they should be take home. So those of us who are teachers, we have take home messages. So you have met health staff, you have met community health nurses. What is the take home? What are they to take home? What are they to go along after the presentation? And then during conclusion, you reinforce your message. So once again, when you are ending, so maybe you have done this, and then we've gone through this, and then some of the findings were that we have issue with completing with that data. And then we need to do this 1, 2, or 3. And when you're also preparing your slide, the slide should be simple. It's not a big English. And at times, the mistake that we do is that we go and copy the Word version and bring it here. So you could see the full stop. You could see the lengthy wording. No. If you are using text, if I'm doing something on data quality and then I'm using text, the text should be short. I mean, the sentence or the phrases should be short. Improving data quality in my district from maybe 10% to 50%. Among health, no. If you do that, the people will not get it. Maybe to improve data quality from 10 to 20%. You move on. When you are explaining it, then you pick it up from there. And then the heading. The heading should be specific and then descriptive. Those of you or those of us that you've gone through surveillance-related activities, they will take you through the 3P or the 3W. So if you are describing it, if you are talking about data quality, the place should be there. What is it? The what? And then the time, and then where the thing is taking place. The spacing, you have to leave white spaces in between. Some people will boss it, and then when they are even presenting, they will ask you, what is there? Meanwhile, when they were making the presentation, you were not there. The font size matters. The font size should run through. The font size that you use after the title slide should run through from maybe slide 2, outline of presentation, to conclusion. And then there's a rule of thumb. You say that if you find yourself reading a slide aloud, word for word, meaning it has too much text, I think it's true. If the person reads from A to Z, meaning the wording is too much. So you need not to put plenty wording there. And then you need to use visuals, chart, tables, something that table or graph should have made it simpler. You go and then read it. You read that, and then you look at the participants, and then they are tired. And then you have to highlight your key findings. What is the finding? You have gone to the field. There's a supportive supervision on the MIP, malaria and pregnancy. What were the key findings from the field? Is it that staff, midwives, are having difficulty in explaining or in capturing the data? The data is the SP is given, but it's not recorded. You have to highlight that. And this one is like the one that we mentioned. You have to avoid data overload. What do you say that detailed breakdown might not be here? You have prepared your slide. You are talking about it. And then you have to label the chart or the table clearly. The axis should be mentioned. If it's about the X and Y axis, you should name it. And then if you are using a benchmark, if you are using a target, the target should be clearly specified. So for instance, if you can see here, you have something here. using a data visualization effectively. So if you look at the first one, you have under 5 immunization coverage by districts. Districts in Savannah region, District 1 to the large district. So you could see that we have the percentages here, and then beneath we have the districts. And then you could see their individual coverages. And then if you look at the next one, we say you need to highlight the key findings. Malaria case rate per 1,000 from 2022 to 2024. So you could see that over the years, the thing is decreasing. And then it has decreased. In 2022, it decreased by 46%. And then you avoid data overload. Outpatient department visit, District A to the last one. So you show only the metrics, what is happening. And then if you also, when you're labeling the chart, like we mentioned, it should be clearly. So every chart needs a title. At times we do, and then even forget the title. So the chart should be titled. You have to give the title. If it's about immunization coverage among children under 5. Children under 5, the period should be there, and then you give the address. Okay. So this one is like the one that we just look at. So these are some of the charts that are common, that as health information practitioners we have been using. I will go for table. Other people also go for bar chart. I think pie chart, they assume we have stopped using it. Most people don't use it nowadays. So when you are choosing your chart, the chart should be right. So what you can use table to present might not be the same as the one that you can use a bar chart. So if you can see on the screen, the first one, we are still sticking to the first example that we use, immunization coverage, immunization rate by district. So we're going for the bar chart. We have the line. So the line is monthly malaria cases over time. So you could see that from January, we have 450. And then it moved from 450 to 610 in March. And then in April, it increased and decreased from May to June. So the tip that we can take here is that the line is best for showing changes, patterns, and then I'm aware, or you're all aware that in classroom, that's what they taught us. And then pie chart, as I said, pie chart, mostly when you go for presentations, you don't see. It's best used only for parts of a whole. So for instance, in the district, and then there's one thing that we're sharing among the 7 districts in my region. Maybe District 1 had this, District 2 had that. And then for tables too, it's best for detailed data where precision is needed. So I'm presenting something on chips. Facility immunization coverage by chips. Chips 1, let's say Swalipe in the West Gonja Municipal, or Kwatito, or Grupe. So you mentioned that, and then if it's about IPT1, IPT2, IPT3, that one is more detailed. So you can use the table. So most of the common mistakes that we have been committing when we are making presentation. One, we need to avoid too much text. We have made mention it. It should be bullet. Okay. Small font size. I think the required one should not, most people say that the required one should not go beyond 24. As for the font type, people use, those of us who like copying from the Word document, the narrative one to PowerPoint, we use Times New Romans. I think it's true. And then others will go for Calibri. So poor color contrast. Remember that we made mention that it's not about how you decorate the presentation or the slide. It's about how you talk to. So I can even make a presentation with no colors, but it depends on how I will make the presentation. Okay, on explain charts. Once again, as you can see on the wall has come here. And next, as you can see on the wall, you're making presentation on SMC, or you're making a presentation on OPD attendance or EPR coverages, as you can see on the wall. No, you need to explain any chart, like those of you who do manuscript. They say anything you not describe, you shouldn't bring it. I think that is true too. If you are presented, you are make a table in the manuscript and you are not going to describe it, you shouldn't bring it. So if you have a chart that you will not go ahead and explain, but you always say, oh, as you can see on the wall, don't present that thing. Inconsistent formatting. So like I said, one slide, you have Times New Romans, you have Calibri, you have this, you have that. It's multicolored. So, and then reading directly from the slide. Okay, let me go closer to read. No, it's among some of them. Unless, so they say, there's also a saying that if you're not ready, let's have made a presentation. 2 minutes to time, I give it to you to go and make. If you're not ready, you shouldn't go. So there's also a picture here. When we are done and Sinasanam and Co share the material, you will find it. So we have a 2-mark text slide. Slides are not documents. So when you are making, you have to take it in your head that slides are not documents. It's just the highlight. You have the narrative. So that's why when you finish your thesis or project work, they say come and make 20-slide presentation. But we are going to talk about the whole 60 or 120-page research. But the 20, you just make a summary of it. Okay. It's a problem when it's hard to read. When you put much document, it is hard to read. Somebody at the back will come and ask you that, I can't read. I can't see. Okay, small font size. It makes you to strain your eyes. You see somebody sitting in front, but you just straining the eye to look at. And then poor color contrast, also difficult to read. And then the key points are also overlooked. There's something that we wanted to show, but because of the colors, we can't see. Your background is white, and then you're using color type white. So at times when you are making you yourself, right, you come and ask, what is there? I cannot see. Okay. So the unexplained chart to make the message unclear, it reduces our credibility. Okay. Inconsistent formatting looks messy. It makes the presentation noisy. Okay. It's the same thing here. Another one here, wall of text slide. You have constant formatting on label or on source data. So as information officers, this one too, you won't go for presentation and you'll be fighting with the presenter. Maybe the presenter extracted the data, let's say on Monday, today is Wednesday. And when the presenter extracted the data, he had 10 cases of, let's say, hypertension. And then you have extracted and maybe you have gotten 30. So we say you need to source it and label it. So maybe the data was extracted from DIMS2 on Monday. Monday date was, today is 27th. Monday was 25th. You put it there. So that when you want to fight, I'll find out from you, when did you extract your data? If you say today, then case closed. If you don't do that, the fight will continue. And then making slides professional. How would people take your slide professionally? So you choose between 1 to 2 professional fonts and use them throughout. If you are going for Calibri body, Calibri highlights, Calibri heading, please stick to that. You can add 1 to it, but don't use more than 2. That's the standard. The colors. If you are using color palette in the menu bar or the function bar, you stick to it. If you are going to use additional colors, please, you stick to that too. Okay, it's not all the time too that you use colors. Like we said, good presentation is not about how you decorate it. It's about how you communicate it. Alignment. Are you aligning to the left? Is it center or to the right? And those of you who have gone through most of the surveillance trainings, they will tell you that when you are presenting data in table, it should be aligned right. Okay, somebody also said, I want to make it centered better. So if you are making presentation on 10 tables and the first one you've centered, it should run through. You won't come and see centered for the first one, align left for the third one, aligns right for the fourth one. Pick one and maintain it. Titles and spacing. Use the same title format on every slide. Okay, so if you are using colors, if you are using plain heading or title, use it. If you want to use colors, as we have done here for the heading, it should run through. And then the margins and then the spaces. If you are using 1.5, it should run through 1.5. If you are using 2 spacing, it should run through. If you want to use Ghima or Ghana Health Service logo for presentation, don't go and use the one that's not accepted. Now, even Ghana Health Service, if you Google and say Ghana Health Service logo, it will give you so many of them. It will give you the one that you could see the color is different from maybe the one that we use. Okay. And then the last one, professional presentation signals that your data and message are credible and the audience are listening to you. Okay. So this one, to all slides with text, use bullets, not sentences. And then full stop. Like we made mention, those of us who like copying from the Word document, we have finished our annual report. As for the region, they like that. We have sent them the report. They say we should make one. I'll copy and do it and give it to them. No. If you copy and bring it, you could see that there are full stops. No, you have to take the full stops out. And then we made mention of the figures or the graphs or the chart. Make 1 point per slide. You are talking about top 10, no, OPD attendant, insured, non-insured. The same slide, you want to talk about top 10 OPD attendants. You want to talk about causes of admissions. One slide, we will not understand. They say, professionally, they say 1 slide, 1 point per slide. Have all information in the slide. Have all information in the slide covered verbally. So if I kept the slide there and I'm talking to the issue, I shouldn't put top 10 OPD courses and then you hear me talking about admissions. No. Okay, use visuals when they help you make the point. Organize content either to the right. Make sure your font is large enough. So professionally, it should be between 28 to 32 points. You can do more than that. But as soon as it goes below 28, people will still be asking you, what is there? Can you read it for me? So please don't use small or small font size. You can use it for sub-bullet. Maybe the following are the cases recorded, and then the sub-bullet we can use below the 28 or that. Okay. So we have best practice and tips here. Before you make your presentation, there's a general rule that says 6 by 6. 6 slides, 6 wording. And then you rehearse with a colleague. This one usually happens when we want to make a presentation in the school, but as information officers, I think, how often do we do that? But you need to rehearse it. You're going to meet these other district directors, and then you're going to meet colleagues. There are some of our colleagues, anything that you make, they will talk. So if you don't want them to talk, you have to rehearse it. You have to text on the actual display screen to see. Before you start, you have to put it in the slide mode. That's why before we started, we tested it to see if it will come. Other than that, you tell them to change the projector. Include references or data source. Yes, plagiarism. They say even when you are making a presentation in the office, you have to source it. Where and where did you put? If you copy the thing from DIMS2 or Ghana website, you have to credit it. Okay. You need to save the thing into PDF. Other than that, somebody can edit. You are presenting something OPD attendance, and then it is there admissions. Okay, you build on the buffer slide for questions rather than rushing and then closing. Okay. So the WHO recommends that visuals help us make technical health information easier to understand, graphs and co. When you want to make presentation on outbreak of a disease, you want to make something on a technical topic, visuals, but not wording. When you want to add videos, videos are good. Videos are good, but the videos should be between, when you are making presentation, it should be between 2 to 3 minutes maximum. It's good. It helps to reinforce what we are learning. And those of us who like using hyperlink, hyperlink, I think I have an experience during our days when we were doing teaching practice at UCC. Now that was a micro teaching, the classroom and the campus. A colleague of mine did presentation. The thing was hyperlink on her machine. And then she copied the presentation onto a pen drive and sent it to a different machine. So what will happen? If you do that, and then it is a video, please, you can't have it. You click on it, the thing will not, should I say, the thing will not be hyperlink. So if you're fan of using hyperlink, then do it, put the video on the pen drive that you sent for them to slot into the main machine. And then you have to pause the video and discuss it. Not that, oh, when you finish, you go to next slide, like you are presenting something. Okay. Now we say that the presenter, not the slide, is the main communicator. So please, this one, we have met it in a different form 3 times now. And in short, you shouldn't make presentation and say, as you can read on the slide. It's you, the presenter, who is communicating, but not the slide. Everybody can read the slide. Like those of us who don't like going for class. So, Charlie, when I get a slide, I will read and pass. And then they even read the slide and pass the exams than those who go for the normal lectures. So you speak to explain the meaning. Do not read the paragraphs. So you pause to give people time to look at. If it's about chat or table, you engage your participants. So slides support your delivery. They should not compete with it. Okay, the first one is this. The first one is that, no. Okay. One slide is equal to one main idea. That's why we have to also take it. That's one of the take homes for today. So you are working on SMC cycle review. The same slide, you want to talk about coverage, you want to talk about awareness, you want to talk about adverse events, you want to talk about the stock, that's the logistics that came in, you want to talk about supervision, you want to talk about volunteer performance, you want to talk about lessons, the length, challenges, next step, district comparison, house marking. Hey, one slide. You have been doing it. No, it shouldn't be that. So if you are talking about the coverage, household coverage was high, but the marking wasn't, well, there was what? A poor marking. So make the takeaway the title. So what we want the participants to take home should be the title. Household coverage was high. Like somebody will say ANC, high ANC coverage, but low scale delivery. So when I go there, I'm looking for high ANC coverage in that district, but low scale delivery. Okay. These are selected references and resources from what we have done. So in conclusion, we have looked at getting a professional PowerPoint presentation. And then we've gone through that. That one helps you to engage your audience. You help the audience to understand what you are delivering to them. And then we also said that every slide should serve the audience. It's about CHO, it's about clinicians, it's about medical doctors. And we've acknowledged that the presentation that you make at the district assembly level might not be the same as the one that you do at the district level. And then consistency is also premium here. The font size that you use should run through, because that one builds tracks. It carries the audience and then help them to comprehend or understand what you are giving. Clear professional presentation, strengthen understanding and action and the results. So on that note, we need to set the scene. We need to have, when you are presenting, you have to explain the evidence. There should be a recommendation and there should be a slide showing, summarizing, and then concluding. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your attention. Sidana, it's over.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much, Honorable Ajay Safo Kwabinat, for this very important presentation that was delivered right on point.
Hello, Honorable Anas. Hello, Honorable OS. It appears we've lost you. So if we can reconnect. Hello, Honorable. Publicity.
Honorable
Okay.
Augustine, do you want
All right.
to make a point?
No. You lost your voice, so I thought it's a general program.
Yeah.
I wanted to prompt you.
Yeah, in the internet. Thank you so much.
All right.
So as I was saying, if someone makes a presentation and there's no question, we can only draw two conclusions, right? It's either he convincingly presented his or her case, or he has ended up confusing all of us. And I want to believe that it is the latter, because the presentation was straightforward, was very clear and straight on point. The floor is still open. If you have any comments, any question, you can proceed. Meanwhile, registration link has been posted on the platform. And so kindly ensure that you register your name and all the necessary details as required. So as the presenter has said, just want to add on or reiterate that as health information professionals, one of our key responsibilities is to communicate data or information. And so this presentation has given us the skills that are required. Number one, to develop a very good PowerPoint presentation content. And number two, on how to deliver or engage your audience during the delivery of your presentation. And I believe that we'll put together all these PowerPoint slides so that we can share at the end of this CPD tomorrow, so that we can have access to them as reference materials. So the floor is still open. Any comment, any question is still welcome. Yes, Honorable Emmanuel Kaliu, kindly proceed with your question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anas. Thank you, Mr. Presenter. In fact, I'm so sorry I joined very late, but I want to ask this question, whether it is taking us back. Sorry for that. How can you make your presentation be an engaging one to your audience?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that important question. Please, the floor is still open. How can you make your presentation very engaging? Yeah, so whilst we still wait for others, if there is any, I will call on the facilitator to have a bite on this question. So Honorable Safo, I hope you have heard Mr. Kaliu's question.
Yeah, thank you, Sinana. Thank you, Ima. Ima, this one I want somebody to take it. I want one of us should take it, if it's appropriate. Somebody should take it for us. And I know that
Yes.
it is appropriate.
Yes. So yes. So the floor is open.
Yeah.
So any member can contribute to that. My name's hand is on. I don't know whether it's a new point he wants to raise or it's on the same issue. So Honorable Anas, My learned brother, kindly proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. To answer my friend, I think for you to be able to make a very engaging presentation, number one, your eye contact should be very, very critical. You don't go just and focus all your attention on the presentation board like you are reading. There must always be an eye contact between you and the audience. And that eye contact is what will give you that leverage and engagement between you and your audience. Then secondly, you must always own your presentation. What I mean by owning your presentation is because you've already done the presentation yourself, you know much about what is on the slide. So yours is just to look at the point and now elaborate it and give the details within yourself. So those are the things that will make your presentation very engaging, rather than you come and just read and go. So this is a small one that I can add to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my name. We are very grateful for that input. And rightly so. The PowerPoint presentation that you have prepared is just constituting about 30% when it comes to making a successful presentation. The rest of the 70% depends on how the delivery is done, how it is delivered to your audience. So the presenter already mentioned all the attributes of a very good PowerPoint slide, isn't it? So you need to have a very good PowerPoint slide in terms of the font sizes, the font colors, the font types that you have used that can actually turn off your audience or your participants. And so that is very important. You need to take note of that. But much of the work have to do with you, the one delivering the presentation. And so you need to go for your presentation very well prepared. There are 3 skills that you must have to deliver a very interactive presentation or a very good presentation, which we usually call the 3 Ps. What are these 3 Ps? The first one is practice. The second one is practice. And the third one is practice. So everything is about practice, practice, practice. And in practicing, as my namesake said, you get well prepared, you know your slides, you don't go there, stand there, and you are reading verbatim what is on the slide. You engage and interact. You talk to the main issues, right? And so know on which slide the information you want to convey, and then you talk to that. Rather than just reading slide by slide, it will take your people off. Some of them will start sleeping or busy on their phones, right? And so let us ensure that we develop the habit of practicing our presentations before we make them, not just preparing them and then just carry them along. And because most of the time that is the work we do, we think that we know the data, right? And so we just prepare it without going through, then we go and stand there, we realize that there are a lot of errors with the data in terms of the headings, some of the slides are repetitive and all that. And so let's all kindly take note of that. A very good presentation is a skill that we must learn. And that is why this presentation is very, very important. Honorable Sam, if you have some comments to make, the floor is open, sir.
No, this one, I have no additional comments.
Okay, so I have some comments, if you permit me.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Safo. Thank you for a good job you delivered. I only want to appeal to the organizing secretary and the team to find out if we can have another round of presentation again, because it's good and I think everybody has benefited. The other part that I need, or I think you should consider, then next time is to see if you can demonstrate in few slides how to begin the preparation and all that, for the sake of our genius, for instance, those who have never done it before, so that they have a skill of it. So consider that if it is appropriate. Another thing I remember you mentioned, to make the presentation interactive, is to know your audience, the class of audience you are going to deliver to, so that you know the language you should choose, the material, the way to present it, so that you don't go present to, let's say, facility audience, including the junior staff who don't understand certain jargon, as if you are you don't present to them as if you are presenting to the directors at the regional level. So this also will help you to make sure the presentation is in interactive. So thank you very much for a good work done. I'm grateful.
Yeah, thank you very much. The floor is still. Yeah, so
Please
Francis,
take your time.
no. Okay, Dauda Mohammed. Dauda Mohammed, kindly proceed. Yes, kindly proceed, bro.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Senior, thank you for the presentation. In fact, they reflect a lot. There is this style of presentation people usually do. I don't know. I personally, I'm not usually comfortable with it. But I don't know whether it's a good one or not. First of all, today I've learned that you need to, you don't put much text in your slides, whereby you'll be reading too much. So some of the presenters, once they start, then they'll start pointing people, you read for me, you read for me. Then it's like eventually all of you are reading from one line to the other, one line to the other. I personally, I find it uncomfortable. If you are owning the presentation, some people will not even explain what you are reading. After reading, they are going to the next slide. So I don't know whether that style is also a good way of, trying to engage with your audience or interacting with them. Thank you, and over.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Francis, we have a question. Your microphone is open. All right, thank you very much. Honorable Anas, kindly proceed. Yes, name, I can see your hand. Kindly proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also want to take it from where my friend has just ended up with. One thing I also want us to, if the specialist can bear us out, for us to differentiate between lecture room presentation and presentation on the formal presentation. If it's a lecture room presentation, that is whereby a lecturer can decide to ask any of the students or whoever he's lecturing, because of that sort of engagement and understanding within the student population, to ask a student that, oh, read. Yes, next person, read this line for me, so that there may be that sort of engagement. But in a formal presentation, whereby maybe you are presenting on let me say, a standard platform. For instance, let's say you are giving a presentation on a regional, they call it to come and do presentation on regional review, performance review, whereby the regional minister is there, the chiefs are there, the coordinating council, everything is there. You don't do those sort of acts over there. But if you are doing a presentation which you call the lecture room presentation, it's allowed for you to engage your student. Oh, Kwesi, can you read? Ama, read. By doing that, you are just trying to let everybody involved, get involved in the presentation so that they can understand the lecture. So I think that is where the difference must be. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable Safo, do you have a bite on that?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. There's a hand, a powerful hand in my room here. He wants to tackle that. Are you okay?
All right.
Are you a former Ghima member or still Ghima member?
I'm still a Ghima member.
Then introduce yourself, please.
Anas and the team. Good. I think it's afternoon. Eh?
Yeah, we are still in
Good afternoon. This Benjamin Otin Malaria Elimination Program. Former Ghima secretary when Ghima came into place. But now when you are doing your meetings, you don't invite me.
Oh.
So there is backdoor, senior. So with the question that came up concerning a presenter, whether it is ideal or suitable for a presenter to ask participants to read something. Usually during PowerPoint presentation like trainings, workshops, case studies, group exercises, or when you have highly interactive sections, it is also ideal. It is a form of engagement because one, you want the participant to understand a certain point that you want to highlight, but not you asking the participant or someone to read everything. That one is null and void. But if you want to highlight something or you want to draw the attention of your audience or the participants, you can just ask someone, okay, point two, what do you see? It's like you are drawing the attention of your participants. So this one is also ideal. Thank you. Over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable Safo is still in your court.
Okay, thank you. So I think the first one and then the second one has partly been handled. So Senior Nas, no, I'm calling the one with that Adam. Senior Nas, thank you for the question. So I want to say that what we have been doing, it can also be a lecture room presentation. It depends on what you are doing. If there's a training, if there's a workshop, if there's a review, I've met committee officers, the CHOs. I've met committee of nurses, and then the person or some of them are reading or using their phones while presenting. I can call one of them to read. So, like Senior said, the uncomfortable that Senior that will feel is that read everything. Okay, the next person. So the lecture room one is there. But even a formal one that we have been doing, even during regional review, maybe you can tell, I brought my boy down, you can tell regional director to read the slide for you. No, at that point, regional director is a participant. But it depends on how you say it. So we don't have the formal one, and then we don't have the lecture room. We can adopt the lecture room in our setting, depending on the topic or the activity that you are doing. We can also have the formal one that you can call everybody to participate. That's what I can say. Thank you, and over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think all the contributions have been very, very, very useful. You know, we have different types of presentations, and every presentation has its objects or its objective. Type of the presentation you are doing, you may adapt methods, right? And so we have a presentation that you make to give knowledge or to teach. And so with that one, it's highly interactive, right? And so the lecturer or the teacher might want everybody to participate. And so they will ask you to read in turns. Or either the lecturer might read and then ask someone to explain, or he will ask the student to read and then he will explain, or the student will read and another student will explain and then he will come in. So we have that one there. We have another type of presentation where you want to share information. So information sharing, that one is also there. And so that one, you have the information. And so you go to speak to the audience about your information. And so with that particular one, it is not advisable you ask others to read because you own that information and you understand what each of those points you kept on the slide means. And so you go ahead to deliver the information and then you allow them to ask questions. And then we have some presentations where you want to persuade presentations, right? That one is also there. And so that one is a two-way approach. It's not just a one-way delivery. And so everybody come on board, you read a point, then people come and discuss, others will read and all that. And then we also have presentations that are meant to motivate. What the motivation speakers usually do, right? And so we have different types of presentation and the objective for making that particular presentation, right? We also have scientific presentation where you attend scientific conferences to deliver presentations about some work that you have done. You present scientific papers. In those particular fora, you cannot go and be asking the audience to read. Is that okay? So as he gave the context, it depends on the type of presentation you are making and the audience that you have. Okay, that will determine the approach that you should use. There are a lot of reference materials that guide all these. I think that we'll add them to this presentation and then share so that we'll use that as reference material in guiding us in preparing for presentation. So thank you very much. Honorable Christopher Opoku, kindly proceed. Christopher Opoku, kindly unmute and proceed. Honorable Christopher, we cannot hear you. You are still muted. Christopher Opoku, you are still muted. I have asked you to unmute, so kindly check the prompt and then unmute. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you are mute now. Yes, kindly proceed.
Please, what I'm saying is that during his presentation, my boss, when he was presented, he said, when you are presenting or when you are preparing your PowerPoint, you have to bring a reference. And I'm asking if maybe you are presenting at the facility level, is it appropriate to bring a reference or it's a general thing that you have to bring it? That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much
Hello.
for that question. Yes, I think I've heard you. Thank you so much, Honorable Opoku. Yes, so Honorable Safo, is it every presentation you have to bring reference or there are some specific ones?
Okay. Thank you for the question and thank you. So we made mention it because let me use the same example that you just used. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
from my end.
So Christopher, thank you for the question. So you are making a presentation at the facility level on DIMS 2. Let's say the facility performance. So in a way, this data is extracted from DIMS 2. And you have acknowledged, you have made a reference. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
But that one we have been doing, but that one, when you finish, you will not put a reference like the one that we have been doing in the classroom or the other professional presentation. You have to acknowledge, we link it to dating it or capping when the thing was extracted and then the time. This data, other than that, when you finish, somebody will ask you a question. Please, this presentation that you have made, where did you get the data from? I hope you have ever heard it before. Where did you get the data from? So that somebody will not ask a question that may take you away. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Sapo, for your expert view. And rightly so, every presentation must be referenced because your audience need to know where the data is coming from. And in some instances where maybe you did not collect primary data, right, and you have taken the data from a secondary source, you must acknowledge that and indicate, as he rightly said, the date and time that you took the data, right? Because, I mean, someone else, as at the time of the presentation, someone else may go to the same source and pull out the data, and things might have changed. And there will be argument as to whether you have falsified the data or not. And so you need to be specific if you are presenting secondary data as to the source you picked the data from, the date and time the data was picked, so that you will be well covered or your work will be well referenced and will bring clarity to the context within which you are presenting that specific data or information. So thank you very much for the comment, Honorable Sapo. Okay. It's like at this point, there is no any other hand. Okay, so there is no hand. I will go back to Honorable Safo in 30 seconds. Give us your final comments. Okay, Honorable Anas. I didn't know whether your hand was there before I concluded, but
Yeah,
you
yes, sir.
have the floor.
Let me ask the last one, please.
Yes, please proceed.
I wanted to find out from the facilitator on issue of dress code during presentation, and this one I'm talking about formal presentation on a higher standard. We know people would like to go along with suits. People would like to go along maybe long sleeve trousers and tuck in with tie. But I also believe that what do you call it? This our local dress or kaftan or the local batakari with it this thing. I wanted to find out, can we also include it as a way of formal, because we are Ghanaian, as a way of formal dress code for a standard presentation, apart from the suit and the long sleeve with tie? Thank you.
I think.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Sapo. Yes.
Thank you. I've been a bad facilitator for coming in before you. Okay, thank you. I think this question should be given back to the whole room. Let's look at it as a body. That's what I want to say, or as a group, if it is appropriate. Thank you. So Sinana is over, and then let's moderate it so that we can all learn something here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So what do we all think? Yes, Zoom user, kindly unmute. Zoom user, I have given you a prompt to unmute.
Okay, hello.
Yes, kindly raise your voice, sir.
This is all. Yeah, so I think it will depend on the event or the program where you are going to do your presentation. For instance, an annual review where it is accepted that on a Wednesday you can wear the smock. It means it is acceptable to wear your smock and make your presentation. In some scientific presentations, they might even specify the dress code. And also, you look at the caliber of people you are going to meet, and then maybe the acceptable dress code at that particular event. If they are not so strict on suits and corporate dressing, you can go on with your kaftan or your smock. That's so me. I think that you need to look at the audience and then the type of meeting it will be. Then it will determine how you appear. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Zoom user. Thank you for that useful contribution. Honorable Barnabas.
All right.
Barnabas, yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, as my senior colleague said earlier on, I also think that, yes, if formally they have not stated the kind of the code of dressing, to me, any formal and then proper dressing that you think it's presentable, that you can go anywhere with it, you can go with it. Either the kaftan, either the smoke or something presentable, to me, is okay. Once they have not specified the code of dressing. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Something presentable if a dress code is not specific. Thank you so much for that input. Yeah. So there is no any other hand. Yeah, so I also agree with the earlier presenters. Okay, Madam Eva, your hand is up.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I just
afternoon.
want to add something small. Yes, you can wear something that is official, but we have to bear in mind that wear something that you look or feel comfortable inside. You may buy a new suit, you are not used to wearing suit, and you wear that. That alone can change your demeanor, and your whole presentation may look bad, even though you know your stuff. And so it should be official, it should be simple and presentable. But more importantly, the individual must be comfortable in the dress or shirt he's wearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for this useful or important input. And I think it will address some of us, because the first time I wore tie was going for promotion interview. I had to remove the tie before I entered to meet the panel. So you need to wear something also that you feel comfortable in, as well as considering the formality aspect of it. So thank you very much. I see more hands up. So according to the order on my panel, Samsung SM. Who is using Samsung SM? Kindly unmute and proceed.
Hello, good afternoon.
Samsung.
Everyone. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Bismarck.
Kindly proceed, sir.
Yeah, my concern about this thing is with the public health officers. It's like the posting is always some way, because a lot of people are currently home that and then are not posted.
Hold on. We are discussing about dressing code for making presentation. And so let us exhaust that one and we can discuss other matters. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes,
right.
Honorable Dora Usu, Madam Wukom. If your case is on the dressing code, kindly proceed.
Yes, please. Thank you. Good afternoon, members on this panel. Thank you. With the dress code, I mean, the question looks like to the masculine aspect, but the same applies to the females. In dressing, as earlier on said by Adiva, you should wear dress that makes you feel comfortable. As a lady, if you're wearing a straight dress, it shouldn't be above your knee. You should look simple, cute. You can go the cover and slit nicely. You can tie your hair if you want to. All you need to is to look as presentable as I always say, as if you're going to your boyfriend's house, how you dress nicely, do all your makeup neatly, and try to have a certain look. Somebody can look at and tell that, oh, this part needs to be adjusted or something. And that's to the females, and you should always be on point. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Dora. Always talking for her ladies. And so, ladies, that should ensure your makeups are, apt, and that you should have a look and take a second look to ensure that everything is there. Thank you very much, Madam Wukom, for bringing this very important point up. Yes.
This
yes.
A concern with the submission by Honorable Dora Usu. I've been visiting offices of international repute. You see ladies dress and their skirt or whatever it is called above their knees, and that is official, and nobody complains. So if you go to do presentation and in that same skirt, why will somebody complain? I just want to get some education on that.
Okay. So, Madam Dora.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yes. So, do you have a comment on that?
Okay. So, Uncle James, before you say, actually, it's maybe to the culture of that particular office, it may sound good, but actually, it's not the best, because if you're given opportunity to sit, when you sit, you see that because your skirt is above your knee, you get some exposure of your body. But when you get a little bit either on or a little below your knee, it looks, a ladylike kind of. Those offices you are seeing that mini kind of. I know definitely the officers will complain about outfit, but some of us are stubborn, so they do still well. But actually, to be a lady on top of issues, definitely it's good to do a little bit below your knee, especially with the skirt, and then that's okay. Good. And others too are used
Thank you.
to, based on religious basis, some are also used to long skirts. Yes, it should be long, but she didn't look too busy. She looked like a simple kind of outfit if you're wearing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think the bottom line is that you're dressed appropriately per the occasion or the context. You don't wear mini skirts and go and stand in front of a group of bishops to do a presentation, right? And so we need to look at the context before we, put on the appropriate dress. So thank you very much. Honorable Webeck, kindly unmute and proceed, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening to all colleagues. I was going to mention all that, but a number of them have been mentioned, such as the context, which has to do with the environment. The environment means the people you are talking to, how they will appear like. For example, if you are meeting community people, you should have a view or expected view of how they are going to appear like in their dress code, so that you don't dress too differently from them. And it also depends on the content of your presentation. What are you selling? Are you giving a message? Are you promoting something? And then the day, for example, there are, in the health sector, we celebrate so many days. For example, breast cancer day, we celebrate cervical cancer days. So those ones come with their own t-shirts or shirts. So if you are going to do presentation at such fora, it's appropriate to dress something to promote the content of your presentation. And then the others have already been mentioned, so I don't want to go back to them. So I just want to link the content to your dress code. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Welbeck. It is nice hearing your voice again, my boss. Thank you so much for this contribution.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you too.
Thank you. I hope we have addressed the issues. A lot has been said regarding presentation, how you prepare your slides, how you deliver it, your dressing code, and all that. Okay. I still have some few minutes left. So, Honorable Joseph Menu. Honorable Joseph Menu.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable. And nice presentation. Please, I want to ask a question, please.
Yes, please proceed.
During your presentation, and a question is asked from the floor, the participants, is it advisable to answer or wait till you finish presentation before you do the answer to the question that you are being asked doing whilst you are presenting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for another report. And so this one, we don't have much time left. Honorable Safo, kindly proceed if you have a response.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the question. You see, one, I will say that it depends on the arrangement or the kind of presentation that you are making. At times when they start, they can say that if you have a question, you note it down. So if you have that instruction given before you start, then you are not going to answer any question unless you are done. But there's a tip here. People do that to swerve you away. Maybe you are flowing. They know that it can even happen during presentation of a Viva or thesis defending. The person will just want to take you away. So when somebody asks that question, in order to go ahead, if you are prepared to go ahead, you can say, oh, please jot down the question. When I'm done, then I will attend to. Perfect. That's the best way to answer the person. So one, it depends on the presentation arrangement. Don't answer. I would say that most people will say answer, but don't answer. If they have given you 30 minutes and then you start answering the question, by the time you finish, you have 2 minutes left. That's what I can say. It's a strategy. Thank you.
Yes, so I want to add something small to that. Very important.
Okay, very briefly.
Very, very briefly. Yes, we can also adopt this strategy. You find out from the opinion of the organizers, those whose platform you are using to do the presentation. So, oh, I want to answer all questions after I'm done. Is that acceptable? Then you post it to them. If they say, oh, okay, that is fine, then. But if they insist that no, you take the question, then you go ahead and respond to it as briefly as possible. But find out from the organizers what should be the rule. And in asking, let them know your preference, which is that I want to finish before I take all questions. Is that appropriate? Then you go on from there. Thank you very much.
Sir, please, can you share the registration link again? We beg you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the rules of the game is very, very understand even so thank you very much for those responses. Yes. So, let me share several on the platform. I will urge Honorable Fumado, if he can hear us, to reshare it again for those who join late. Thank you very much. Honorable Safo, you still have your 30 seconds to wrap up.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ghima, for the opportunity. Thank you very much, colleagues, seniors, and as I've made mention, this I would say juniors, because I also have juniors here that we are still learning from. I want to thank you for the opportunity given. I want to thank you for your attention, but just take it as a takeaway that, as Senior Nance mentioned, it is a skill. It's a skill. So I want to talk to our newly recruited members or health information officers that designing, presenting any information for any audience is a skill. Once you start, it will come. But always be accurate and then be precise. Thank you once again, and over.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Safo. Though you are one of us, but I want to stand on the existing protocols and on behalf of for this CPD program to thank you very much for your time, resources, and efforts in putting together this very important presentation and delivering it. Did enjoy you, and you can see that from the discussions that ensued. So we are very much grateful We pray to the Almighty God to continue so that we will continue to support. And gentlemen, tomorrow is the final day. Another very important day when we'll bring you another exciting edition of our CPD program. Tomorrow, we shall be talking about the topic of the moment when it comes to health information management. And that has to do with the Ghana Health Information Management System. And so we entreat all of us tomorrow to come early. Let us prepare our questions. We know a number of us are facing challenges in our various workplaces when it comes to the games implementation. And so tomorrow is your day. We want you to come in your numbers, inform your colleagues, right? So that we are able to understand the whole architecture of the games and how the rollout is being done. And we'll get all our doubts clarified as well. Until we meet again tomorrow, I want to say, may the peace and blessings of the Almighty God be upon us all. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Hello. Please, my question has not been addressed yet. Hello.
Meeting is officially closed. Tomorrow, if we have time, we shall discuss other issues. Remember, This is a CPD program, not to discuss. We have a specific topic to discuss. And so tomorrow, if we close early, we shall discuss other matters that may come up concerning the association regarding members' postings.
Yes, I
So
have
sorry
actually
about
have
that.
2 questions regarding the association as well.
So the question is directed to who?
It's a general. It's general. Any other person can answer.
It's unfortunate that the meeting was billed to close at 4 o'clock. It's past 4 o'clock and the meeting is closed. As I said, if it's a pressing issue, you can still keep it. Tomorrow, after we officially close the CPD program, we'll open the floor to discuss other matters. Unfortunately, today is not part of the agenda, so we shall discuss that tomorrow. Bear with me. Thank you very much.
Hello, Sina.
Yes.
Hello, Sinanas.
Yes.
Okay, we postponed all questions, but somebody just kept a message there that Ghima registration number. Please contact your region or your district. They will get you the number to register. Thank you.